is your workout. Right, we're going to start off with 5 minutes of a warm-up. And so we can start with circles. We can go forwards. And then we can go marching. And then we're going to go into heel curls. So you're taking your heel behind you. Use your arms as well. Nice and gently. And heel digs with a bicep curl. And then we can push up to a knee lift. And some kicks. And if you want to get really active, a bit of a march and a clap. And we do this for 5 minutes just to get the body nice and warm and ready for some exercise. If you want to take it up to a slightly joggier movement, you can, but remember this is just a warm-up. I'm trying to remember what else I've got to do. Oh, we can go to some small squats, so you can get just small ones, not deep, just little ones, just to get the hip joints nice and moving. Or you can put your favourite song on and you can dance. The phone's ringing. After that short break with a telephone call, we are back on. We've done our warm-up and now we're ready to exercise. Okay, so first is the press-up. Equipment to the side. So you're on your knees. Make sure your knees are just over your hips. Your hands are just over your shoulders. And you're coming down to a right angle and breathing up again. Remember, you're keeping your chest is coming down to your hands, not your nose. Your nose is going in front. So if you want to make it easier, you bring your knees in and you go down lower. You're breathing out on the way up. Make sure your tummy stays tight. And we're doing 10. Okay, and then we're going into a squat. Now it's quite a good idea to have a chair behind you if you to get your technique right. Or take a broom, and this is working this part of your body and your quads. Okay, the most important part is that your knees don't go beyond your toes. Make sure your feet are pointing forwards, hip width apart, and you're going down and up as if you're going to sit in a chair. So you're trying to keep your bottom going backwards. The more it goes backwards, the more you'll work your bottom, your quads and your hamstrings. Going down up. And use the broom to support you so you don't fall over, and you're trying to keep your chest up. Pushing through the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes as you do it. And you're trying to get down as far as possible, as if you're going to sit down. So you want to go as low as the chair. Okay, so you're doing 10 of those. And then we're going into some dumbbell work. Overhead presses, so you're working your shoulders and this part of your neck. Hands pointing forwards, feet hip width apart, knees soft, and you're pressing up to the ceiling and down again, and down. So you're only bringing them down to sort of level with the bottom of your ear. You breathe out as you go up, keep tummy tight, and make sure you concentrate on your posture at all times. If you find your neck or your back bending as you do it, you can go to a split stance, and this will control the arching of the back. If you don't have dumbbells handy, you get the old trusty broom again, and you do the same thing with the Bring it down to the chin and up. Chin and up. Okay. So we're doing one of those. Next, we got bicep curls. Again with the dumbbells. So feet hip width apart, knees soft, tummy tight, shoulders back. You can roll them back to get them into the position. And you're curling up and twisting at the top and then uncurling. Twisting at the top, uncurling. That's it. So you're doing 10 on each. If you find you can do a lot more than that, then maybe you should have a heavier weight. You should actually feel like you're working your bicep. Remember to breathe. That's Nanny washing her hands. It's coming out on the video. I think I've done more than 10. Okay, now we've done the front of the arm, so we've got to do the back of the arm. You always work all sides. Otherwise, if you only work the chest, you'd end up like that. So you've got to work everything to get nice and strong. So we're doing triceps this time, the back of the arm, the bingo wings. So find a nice firm chair that's not going to tip up. Hands over the edge, just under your bottom. And then you're going to shuffle forward a little bit until your bottom is off the chair. And you're bending your arms at a right angle, your elbows going backwards and up. You breathe out on the way up. And you're pressing through the heel of the hand. If you find it too easy, you can take your feet out further to make it harder. If you find it too difficult, you bring your feet closer to you so that your feet or your legs are taking some of the weight. Okay? Right, that's dips, and then the last exercise is crunches, working the stomach, which we might actually change. We might do a little bit of lower back as well. Okay, so feet flat on the floor, curl yourself down, make sure your lower back is into the floor. Take your hands by your ears. Imagine that you're holding an apple between your chin and your chest, so you keep that gap the same all the way, and you're curling up, breathing out on the way up and in on the way down. And if you find that you're trying to pull up with your legs, you go onto tiptoes, and that disengages your hip flexors. So it's all your abdominals doing the work. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you put your feet up and your legs at a right angle. And if you want to add a little bit of excitement to it, you can do a few pulses in the middle. When you're doing a pulse, you're not bouncing, you're squeezing your rib cage towards your hips. Okay, so you're doing 10 of those. And then when you've done those 10, I want you to put your feet flat on the floor. Palms of your hands are facing up to the ceiling, so your knuckles are on the ground. And I want you to just lift your hips up, squeeze your bottom, and down again. And I want you to do that 10 times, and it's working all the muscles down the back. And if you get so good at it, then you can take one leg onto the other one and do the same thing, but with just on one leg. So you obviously have to change legs halfway through, otherwise you'll be lopsided. That was my hip clunking. Okay? And that's it. And then at the end, we'll do some stretches. So you can sit with your feet out, keep your back nice and flat and upright, and just sit there. Don't have to try and stretch, just sit comfortably. Just relax into it. And then if we lay down again, you can do some stretch, so you just take the knees in and just rock from side to side. Bring one leg down, cross the other one over and then pull in again, taking hold of that leg. And that's stretching your piriformis and the outer hip. And change, do the other side. And then roll over onto your side, come up. And we're going to do the front of the leg. So you bring one foot in front of you and then just push forward, so you're pushing your hip flexor down to the floor. Keep your body upright. And come back and change. Do the same on the other side. And come up. And take your arms, link your hands and push your elbows away from each other, rounding your shoulders, stretching your upper back, and then take the hands behind you, squeeze the elbows together to stretch your chest. Give it a good shake.